Hey everyone, welcome back. Ever find yourself wondering how we might actually, control the wacky world of quantum systems? Get ready because today's deep dive takes us right into the thick of it. Linear quantum systems. We're going to uncover some pretty surprising secrets about, how they behave. We're going to be dissecting a research paper, pretty fascinating stuff, by Dong, Zhang, Li, and Peterson. And let me tell you, it's packed with some serious math.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
trust me, the insights are worth the mental workout.
What's really neat is, the paper really digs into the fundamental math underpinning linear quantum systems,
Yeah.
and they explore these things called zeros and poles, and they're really interesting. They act like this hidden blueprint,
Yeah.
right, revealing a system's inner workings.
Okay, so it's like uncovering a secret code almost.
Yeah.
Tell me more about these zeros and poles. What are they all about? What makes them so important?
So imagine like a specific frequency, right, where a system it just suddenly goes silent.
Hmm.
No matter what you throw at it, no response. That's a zero, a point of complete silence.
So it's like a dead zone in the system.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Now flip that. A pole, it's like when a microphone, goes haywire with feedback,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
The frequency where the system's output, it goes a bit wild, becoming unpredictable.
Okay, that makes sense. But how do these zeros and poles, how do they play together in the quantum world?
Okay, so here's where things get really, really mind-bending.
Okay.
The researchers found this incredible relationship in linear quantum systems. If you pinpoint a pole,
Yeah.
you automatically know where its corresponding zero is, and vice versa.
Wait, they're linked. How is that even possible?
Yeah, it's like this weird quantum dance, right?
Right.
This duality, it emerges from the strange laws governing quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
By understanding one, we gain insight into the other. It's fascinating.
So the system is basically hiding these pairs, and this research throws a spotlight on their secret connection. That's incredible. But what does this mean for controlling these systems? I mean, how do we even begin to harness that?
Well, this leads us to another fascinating concept, and that's invertibility.
Okay.
Imagine hitting rewind on a quantum system. You're tracing its steps back in time.
Like a quantum time machine.
You could say that.
Yeah.
Invertibility is all about figuring out if it's possible to reconstruct the system's past based on what we're observing in the present.
Okay, that makes sense. So where does this paper fit into all of this?
The paper throws a curveball.
Okay.
It turns out that if a linear quantum system lacks a specific component, let's call it a CO subsystem,
Okay.
it's always invertible.
Always.
Always.
Hold on. You're saying that without this CO thing, we can hit rewind on these systems whenever we want.
Exactly.
Wow.
Now, the CO subsystem, in simple terms, it's like a specific configuration that a system may or may not have.
Right.
If it's absent, the system is inherently reversible.
Wow, that's huge. But why should we even care about being able to reverse these systems? What's the big deal?
That's a great question. This invertibility, it opens up some really exciting possibilities, especially when it comes to designing and controlling quantum systems.
Mm.
Imagine more efficient ways to correct errors in quantum computers,
Okay.
or being able to develop entirely new types of quantum sensors. It's groundbreaking stuff.
It sounds like we're on the verge of a quantum revolution.
We might be. And it gets even wilder when we bring another concept into the mix: squeezing.
Squeezing. Are we talking about literally squeezing these quantum systems?
In a way, yes.
Yeah.
Imagine wanting to make an incredibly precise measurement in the quantum world, right?
Okay.
Squeezing is a way to minimize the uncertainty inherent in these measurements.
So it's like focusing our quantum lens to get a sharper picture.
Exactly. But there's a catch, a trade-off that lies at the heart of this research.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What's the trade-off?
The researchers discovered that squeezing a system to reduce uncertainty in one area, it makes it incredibly sensitive to any disturbances or imperfections in another. So it's a delicate balancing act.
So we can't have it all. We can't have a perfectly squeezed, super precise system that's also robust and stable.
That seems to be the case. It's a fundamental tension in the world of linear quantum systems, a trade-off that researchers are just beginning to grapple with.
Wow, so this paper isn't just revealing hidden connections, it's highlighting the limits of what we can achieve in the quantum world. That's a pretty profound insight.
Absolutely. It underscores the need for careful design and a deep understanding of these systems as we venture further into the realm of quantum technology.
This is blowing my mind. But what are the real-world consequences of this trade-off? I mean, how does it impact things like quantum computing or sensing?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Take quantum computers, for example. They rely on, incredibly delicate quantum states, which, as we've discussed, are vulnerable to, even the slightest disturbances. This trade-off between squeezing and robustness means that engineers, they're facing a huge challenge. They're constantly striving for precision in their calculations while battling against the system's inherent sensitivity to noise and errors.
So it's like walking a tightrope in the quantum world, push too hard for precision, and the whole system could come crashing down.
Exactly. And this applies to other quantum technologies too. For quantum sensors, this means finding that sweet spot where they're sensitive enough to detect what we're looking for, but not so sensitive that they pick up every stray signal and throw off the readings.
So this research is less about immediate breakthroughs and more about, understanding the inherent limitations that we need to work within.
Precisely. This paper lays out a blueprint for approaching these challenges. It encourages researchers to find innovative ways to manage this trade-off, to develop techniques that maximize both precision and robustness.
It's like we've been handed a treasure map, but instead of leading to buried treasure, it leads to a deeper understanding of the quantum landscape.
That's a great analogy. And as we explore this landscape further, who knows what we'll discover? This paper, it opens up exciting new avenues for research and development in quantum technology.
This deep dive has been a wild ride. We've gone from the depths of mathematical equations to the very edge of what's possible in the quantum world.
It's been a pleasure unraveling these mysteries with you.
The biggest takeaway for me is just how interconnected everything is in these systems. Zeros and poles, like dancing together. Invertibility, kind of throwing a wrench in the works. And this constant push and pull between squeezing for precision and maintaining stability.
It's a delicate dance, and one that researchers are still learning to master.
Well, our journey into the world of linear quantum systems might be ending here. But I have a feeling this is just the begin of something much bigger.
I agree. And who knows, maybe one day we'll look back at this research as the turning point that led us to even more mind-blowing discoveries.
That's something to ponder, isn't it? Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep asking questions and stay curious.